Maurice and Odie gonna take over like Zach and Cody. Black and Snerdy is the best podcast, gonna boom like Wile E. Coyote. Gonna make magic, they move like they hairy. Ain't talking about mental health, no it's not scary. You know that she coming up with the astrology. Mo got a comic and that's the best policy. Maurice the goat, talking about animation cause you know. Odie she moving wavy like the boat. Watching some movies and she taking notes, yeah. Kick back, listen, Black and Snerdy have risen. Upload on a mission. 5 stars, never dissing. Black and Snerdy, ooh. Black and Snerdy, yeah. Black and Snerdy.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Black and Snerdy podcast, the only podcast where two sexy black nerds get together to shoot the shit. I am Mo, aka Kid Licorish.
And I'm Odie.
And together we are the aforementioned Snerds here on episode 148 of the Black and Snerdy podcast. We're almost at 150.
I'm baffled.
I'm flabbergasted.
I am shocked and dismayed.
I'm in awe. I couldn't think of another word.
No, that was good. That was
yeah. Okay.
Rule of threes.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm tired.
Yeah, me too.
Because we were at a bridal shower yesterday. Had a bridal shower and after hours or after party afterwards, which was very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Danny and shout out to Fox. Cannot wait to be in Tobago, living it up with you.
Yes, that was a lot of fun. Well, I mean, you did more than me this weekend.
I did. Geronda Keys was visiting. Shout out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday. Her birthday's tomorrow. So by the time this comes out, she will be another year older, another year grander, and another year more blessed. So yeah, it was a good weekend. And we had 2 days. Well, I had 2 days off for school. I got my hair done.
Yeah, it looks lovely.
So, we had a good time. We had a good weekend.
Yeah, we had a good weekend. Of course, I had to work on Sunday. So, but my Friday and my Saturday were pretty good, I could say, honestly. Shall we just get started?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you want a hot meal without a big deal, what are you gonna pick?
Pop topics.
All right, so starting things off, I wanted to start things off in a jovial way. I wanted us to have some laughs.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to share this very hilarious video that I saw on TMZ earlier of Donald Trump tripping.
So we're going to see footage of Donald Trump taking a tumble.
So people have been sharing this across the interwebs, and so let's do it full screen. So there we go. Let's watch that one more time, and whoop. There it is.
How do you trip while also holding a banister?
I mean, he's unwell.
Yeah.
He's very, very elderly.
Mm-hmm.
And is probably drugged up at the time. So it's not really surprising that he might, have some stuff going on. And speaking of him taking tumbles, have you seen or gotten caught up of him and Elon Musk's tat? They're
they're beefing right now.
They're beefing, yes.
Yeah. It's I mean, last summer it was Kendrick and Drake. This summer it's Elon and Trump.
But except in this instance, they're both Drake.
Yes. Well, yeah, both of them are not like us.
I saw. So this is one of the. Let me get the screenshot I took of Elon going after Trump online because they've been having their little Twitter beef, which is not surprising. We know how they go. Yeah. Why won't it be open? Quick look attachment. Copy. Paste. Why is it being like this? Okay.
I'll pause it again.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, like they're beefing. Elon Musk has been putting out a bunch of tweets in this feud. The first thing that I had kind of seen was, I think we had talked about it last week when they were talking about Trump's big beautiful bill that he was putting out, and Elon Musk had called it disgusting or whatever. So I was like, oh, they're not like on the same side about something. So I know that they're having some kind of little tiff. But then this tweet, I got a screen grab before Musk deleted it, and I don't know if he has deleted it or not. I don't follow him anymore. But it says at Elon Musk, time to drop the really big bomb at real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. This is the reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. And then he wrote under it, mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. Now, since then, allegedly Trump has taken back some of the contracts he gave Elon. And, you know, they've been going back and forth, having their little arguments. And honestly, I don't think that this is even really a real beef. It's like when two like up and coming rappers or situated rappers are trying to gain some sort of traction for a new album or something like that.
To what end? Like,
I mean,
this is like what you think, this is like more like fake beef?
Yeah.
To what end? Like, why? Why do any of this?
Why do we have any of the things that are happening for any reason? Just because, like, I don't like. Yes, I think it's like maybe this is a part of like they're trying to make it look like Elon's not still like have his hands in all parts of the government, so they gotta look like they're falling out.
Didn't he leave Doge?
He did leave Doge, and Donald Trump has tried to say like, this is what happens when people leave my cabinet. They get upset and they start making up rumors and all this stuff. But it's like it could be that, or it could just be them being really high and getting mad at each other. So it's like, what is going to really happen from this? Unless Elon is going to actually tell us something important. Like, great, he's in Epstein files. We all knew or assumed he was in them. Do you got proof? You know, do you have him on video peeing on somebody? Like, give us the real tea.
Someone peeing on him.
Either one is fine, but give up the goods. Like, tell us how you stole the election for him and how he asked you to rig computers or something like that. That is the information I want to know.
Sure.
What is going to get him and his whole cabinet knocked out of the government? That's what I want to know. And I know that, you know, whenever his ketamine
wasn't he already impeached in his first term?
Yes, he
but
was.
They didn't do that. I always thought impeachment meant you had to leave the office, but
we all did. Or to be, well, because the thing is, you can be impeached. Like, what's his name? Clinton was impeached because they brought up those proceedings. They found him not guilty, whatever, so he stayed in office. So you can be impeached and be taken out. It all depends on what happens with the proceedings, etc. But because the Democrats are shiftless and don't have any real power, or act like they don't have any real power, this is what happens.
They're worthless.
They don't want to do anything. So here we are, having this embarrassment as the head of the country. But you know, fuck Donald Trump, per usual.
There ain't nothing you can do about it.
Worthless. It was worth it.
All right, so enough of 45 or 47, whatever his number is.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna start off with some even better news. Zaya Wade celebrated her 18th birthday this weekend. Yes, to my Gemini princess. And it was
Zaya Wade is, of course, Gabrielle Union and Dwyane Wade's daughter.
So, and we know that they have been the main reason we know who she is outside of her being Dwyane Wade's daughter is that they have been very publicly supportive of her and championing her when she came out, when she was around, I don't know, was it like 10 or 11? And she came out like saying she was trans, and they just supported her from the very beginning. Of course, everybody else was mad about it.
Sure.
And telling Dwyane Wade he needed to like throw her out, fight her, get her into some conversion bullshit. But he stayed by his daughter's side. Gabrielle Union has stayed by her side. They've been very out and proud with their love for her, which is amazing and something every queer child, regardless of where they are in the alphabet, deserves from their parents. But I saw this super cute video of her birthday party, which was actually a ball. She's wearing this beautiful dress. She looks like a mermaid. And you hear the DJ and the host hyping her up. Everyone's like
surrounded by very supportive individuals in her life. I assume a bunch of her friends.
Yeah, because it's her birthday party.
Yeah, friends and family.
She had friends and family there,
and she looks beautiful too.
She looks gorgeous. Like her skin.
Yeah,
her skin is amazing.
I like her hair.
Yeah, everything about it. I love. I picked the speed up so that we can show you a little bit more. You see her parents are there, looking gorgeous. Like, you know, her family is coming to support her, and that is really all you need. You know, especially being a young Black trans woman.
Yeah,
having your family to be there to support you is amazing, and like whatever is going to keep our children happy and safe and loved, that is what I'm here for. So this was great. All her family's there.
It's an example to all fathers of what it should be. That's right. We are raising a beautiful daughter. Make a way, clear the feed. You already know. Make it to the stage. Clap your hands for the
And I love how she has this beautiful Black queer and trans community around her. Because this is like, it's great, and it's also very telling that her birthday party was a ball, because balls were created by Black and brown, queer, trans, gay, all across the LGBTQIA plus spectrum of people who were not having homes, not having communities, which is why, you know, the term like mother is such a big deal, and being in a house, because you didn't have that from your family, but you would come outside and get that from this chosen family you picked. So happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
Zaya, Gemini gang. 18 is a beautiful age, and I hope for you to have more love, success, joy, blessings, and protection through this your 18th year, because you deserve it. And
okay, happy birthday.
Go shorty, it's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday.
although I feel like 50 Cent said something probably bad about her dad. We're gonna have to update our birthday songs. There we go. Yes.
And I won't play the. Well, I think I can play this one.
All I want for my birthday is a big booty house.
She's 18.
Okay.
So that kind of feels.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
We love you and happy birthday and congratulations. So for more Black people that we love out here doing big and amazing things, Natasha Rothwell and Sterling K. Brown were in the Variety's Actors on Actors interview segments. They do this, I think it's like every year around the same time.
Sure.
They'll pick it's a whole truckload of actors interviewing actors, talking about their process, their journeys, etc. But we have a little clip here of Natasha and Sterling K. Brown's that we wanted to share.
Lotus. It's white. We're Black. It's all good.
You almost broke up my parents' marriage.
What?
47 years of marriage.
The fact that anybody wants to see 49-year-old booty.
Been lifting it up.
Hallelujah!
He's so handsome.
He's extremely handsome.
She's so gorgeous.
Mhm.
I would love to actually see them in a movie together.
Do you
As
think
like a couple.
as like a couple?
I think that would work.
Let's write that script.
We should, because I think it would be great.
What are they doing? Is this like a kind of like remember that movie with Issa Rae and Kumail Nanjiani? Is it kind of like that?
That was called like The Lovers something.
Yeah, The Lovers or something.
No, I feel like although that would be a good comedy.
Yeah.
Something maybe like
I feel like Sterling K. Brown has comedic chops.
he does. He remember in American Fiction?
Oh yeah.
I think that they're married.
Mm-hmm.
They met. Ooh, he went to Morehouse, she went to Spelman. They
Okay.
met like their junior year at homecoming.
Sure.
They were friends for a while, and then like 10 years later, they saw each other at homecoming again,
Mm-hmm.
and like, hey, big head. That could be the name of the movie.
The movie is just called Hey Big Head.
Hey, big head.
Is this okay? So this is a romantic comedy.
A romantic comedy, yeah.
Okay, then.
Like
It's
met-
about how they get together.
Yeah, so like in the beginning,
Okay.
the beginning of the movie, we see them already like married and like established life, kids, and all that stuff. But then
They're
it's
telling they
like,
sit their kids down to tell them
maybe
how
they're
they
telling
met.
their kids like how they met.
Like how I met your mother.
Yes, they're doing that. And then like we get to see the different hijinks through the different like decades of their relationship.
Sure.
They will be like when we see them in college, it won't be them, different actors. But like 10 years later, then it'll be them.
Yeah.
And then they'll just
with
have
some young makeup.
yeah, like young outfits and stuff like that.
Or if the beginning of the movie is supposed to be them already married and stuff, put them in some old makeup. Like
like aging them up.
Yeah, aging them up. Like this is that Music Soul Child music video. As
Don't
long as
Change.
you love, don't change. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I could see
Yeah.
that. I could see that.
Mhm.
We'll age them up in the beginning, so they're like 60.
Yes.
Then we first meet them, they're like 20, 21.
Yeah, in college.
In college, about to graduate. So like they meet, they hang out at a homecoming. Maybe they have a little one night stand, but like she's really into her schooling and she's like, I don't have time for boys. So like we had this fun night, but I'm getting back on my grind. Peace out. And then he's like he's sad and like in love with her.
Yes.
And
that's when he joins the manosphere.
And does she meet
Because
him?
he gets dejected.
Does he become an incel for those 10 years?
He becomes an incel for 10 years, and basically she helps open his eyes to not being so much of an incel.
Okay.
It takes her. I was about to say the corniest thing in the world.
What was it?
It takes the love of a woman
It does.
to break the incel spell.
Sometimes it does.
Incel spell.
Maybe that could be the name of the movie.
Hey, it's
Breaking
either
the spell
Hey
of
Big
the-
Head or
Hey Big Head. Breaking the incel spell. That's not as catchy. That's a tagline. It takes the love of a woman to break the. Oh, hey, big head.
Mm-hmm.
It takes the love of the woman to break that incel spell.
Yes.
Love it. Speaking of incels, did you know that Kevin Gates was married?
No.
Or
and
that he
I-
was in a relationship or
No, I
anything?
barely know who Kevin Gates is. I know that he's a rapper.
He's a rapper. From Louisiana.
What's the most popular? Like, if I'm gonna go on Spotify real quick, type in Kevin Gates just to see what the number one song for him comes up
So
as.
the thing is, that is difficult because I do not know off the top of my head
Really seems to be his. Actually, no.
what his like top song could be. Because honestly, I feel like I've always heard him on other people's records,
Mhm.
but I don't feel like I really like know much about him. Besides the main thing the only reason I really and truly know Kevin Gates
Mhm.
is because he told us that he and his cousin were in a relationship.
Two Phones. That's the song that he is known
Okay.
for.
All
Okay.
right.
I also thought I turned the volume down on that.
No, that's
so.
fine. People need to hear. Can
Yeah.
hear it. We were talking over it.
Yeah.
So, he. What I knew was that he and his.
He dated his cousin.
He dated his cousin. He was told us they did not know they were cousins in the beginning, but I think they had gone to like I don't know some sort of cookout, and they had family members in common. But then they still continued to date. So, like it was like it's of course the first time you hear about it, you're like, oh, that sucks. That's crazy. But then now you tell us that you still went in for more. Now I knew that he had a girlfriend previously. He married Drecka Hines in October 2015. And he has other children. He had children with her and some other children. And so that's really all I knew about him, about any of his relationships. But I feel like recently I've been seeing that there was some beef between him and who I assumed was his ex-wife, Drecka Gates. On Twitter, she still goes by Drecka Gates. So who knows? And so I don't know what is going on with their relationship. I don't know if they just broke up, if they actually were married, and if they were actually got divorced, because I didn't even know he was with, or I knew he was with Brittany Renner or Renner. Who do you know who Brittany Renner is?
No, I don't. I thought she was the basketball player. But
You're
no.
thinking of Brittany Griner, who's a WNBA star, who was
because I was very confused when I looked at her. I was like, she is not the person that I remember.
Not at all who she is. So what I have known about Brittany Renner,
is she a video vixen?
Maybe. I guess a video girl. She's an influencer.
Black?
She's black.
Tell.
She's an influencer. She was a college soccer star. And she has a son with her ex PJ Washington, who I want to say is an athlete. Yeah, he's a basketball player with the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, okay.
But the reason why I know her is because I think this was a few years ago, she was going on like lives or whatever, giving women tips on how to like get ballers, and like how to trap them. And I remember, what's his name? Who's the coach of the football player turned coach whose son just got
Deion Sanders?
Deion Sanders, yeah. So like when Deion Sanders was at Jackson State, he brought her to come talk to the boys about like protecting themselves against gold diggers because she knows how women do and all this stuff. And people were like, that's weird. So That's all I know about her. But I know recently that she has been showing up to places with Kevin Gates.
Mhm.
And they have like this in the videos, it always looked interesting because she'd be like fawning over him and he would barely be looking interested to even be there.
Mhm.
And in the videos and interviews they would do together, it always gave off that energy. So I'd always be like, girl, please relax, like stand up. But I do know Kevin Gates talks about his sexual prowess and all the kinky stuff he likes to do. So maybe she was just digmatized. by
Now,
him.
I didn't know this. I didn't know that he was a practicing Muslim.
Yes, as is she.
Yes. So they
Well,
both.
Brittany Renner is now. I don't know how. This is actually new to me when she came out.
That was my question. Was she a practicing Muslim before or after they got married?
The thing is, this was before because I remember.
Did she change for this man?
I think sometime around last year. Now, who knows? Maybe they had been seeing each other and I didn't know.
Mhm.
But I remember like around last year or so, within the last year or two, like I started seeing her wearing the hijab and all that.
Yeah.
And I was confused because I didn't know at any point of her ever talking about being Muslim or converting or anything like that. But I remember seeing her talking about like she was switching her life up.
Sure.
So I was like, okay, maybe this is just a part of her journey. Good, Eid Mubarak to you. But I don't know if it was because of Kevin Gates. But this is what she had to say about why the two of them have broken up after only 52 days. I think is that less?
52 days.
Is that less than Kim Kardashian,
Kardashian
and that guy?
and Chris Humphries? Yes,
It is.
It is less than that.
Dang, girl.
Yeah.
Didn't even stick it out for a whole 3 months.
That's barely 2 months, I think.
Yeah,
right?
barely.
52.
And divorced May 28th.
So you're divorced?
Yes. But there is
This
a
is at the BET Awards.
waiting period in Islam where it's basically you have 90 days to see if you're pregnant because then he would be responsible, right? And then also in those 90 days, it's for reconciliation because Allah wants you to stay married. And then during those 90 days, you are not to like entertain anybody romantically. So what I will say is that Islam has made my life a lot easier. I think even with this transition and, things changing, right. Honestly, it's like, I don't think anybody gets married to not stay married. So I think my biggest thing for me is this is a nice 90-day reset, just focusing on myself and pouring into myself. And what I also will add is that I followed my heart, and that's more than what most people can say in this world. And I have no shame in that. That's why I'm here. BET Awards. As you can see, I'm out here on this blacktop by myself.
Yeah,
Okay, so I have no problem with anybody following their heart.
Mhm.
Okay, like I say, love is love. I'm a sucker for love. Lead with love.
Yeah.
All that stuff, right? I think that they just got married so that they could have sex.
But do you not
I don't
think-
know if this is like and now I regret the sex or I regret like any of this stuff, but it sounds a lot. Did you see Rami?
A part of it. Yeah.
Okay, I think it was the third season with Mahershala Ali, and Rami is dating Mahershala Ali's daughter, and essentially, she's a practicing Muslim, and they, spoiler alert for the third season, they get married and they have sex, and as soon as they have sexual, right after they have sexual intercourse for the first time, that's when Rami was like, I was thinking maybe we could have another wife in the picture, and she gets very upset and leaves him, and yeah, it's a very fucked up scenario.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like that I went to a very evangelical Christian religious school.
Parochial.
Parochial school, but specifically it was evangelical. And there were plenty of kids I went to high school with, whether they were older or younger than me, who got married probably like either in college or right after college.
Yeah.
So that they could like have sex, and there's some of them that are still together, some of them are not. And it was always weird to me because some of the girls like married much older men, which was weird.
Oh yeah, no. One of I went to school with my dad's lawyer's daughter. And yeah, I'll never forget this, like how she in high school was dating this guy who was as old as her father, and her father knew about it and was okay with it. And I just remember thinking, like, that's upsetting.
This is why I say ban men until it's not, because I really believe that there are so many men who, like, they do not care about their daughters being exploited and or harmed, because they feel like that is her purpose, is just like to be a man's husband and to have kids or whatever, and it doesn't matter how she's being treated, because that's just gross.
Yeah, it is gross.
But gross. I don't know what their reasoning was. I don't know if they were what they were doing before or after they got married. I don't know if they've ever talked about that, but it does look like the first time they ever appeared together, her and Kevin Gates, was I think March of 2025. Because they made an appearance on DDG's live stream, which fuck DDG. And so then it started, things started kind of spiraling out where people were saying, oh, are they together? Because they were saying that he was still with his wife, Drika Gates, and they were wondering if that had anything to do. So I wonder if they actually got married, or was she supposed to be the second wife? Now because I think everything that I've heard about them together is that I have not heard anything about them not being together and married anymore. Like, I've heard about them having issues and things like that, but I have not heard anything about them getting divorced. Even though I've been seeing Gates with Renna all over the place, and him referring to her as his wife. I don't wonder if it was were they actually married, or was this just like a second wife? And the thing is, in Islam, you can have a second wife. There's certain, rituals and things that you would do to signify that, even if you're not like legally married in the sense of like what we do in America. So I'm very curious if it's like that. But I'm not sorry for them not being married anymore. I think that everything about the relationship always seemed toxic.
Maybe that's why he has two phones, one for each wife.
Yes.
I got two phones.
One for the drugs, one for the no. Very possible. That's very possible. Speaking of rappers who are not problematic, I saw this adorable picture of Andre 3000, and I wanted to share it because Andre 3000 may not be making like albums like that, but he's doing his little side quests, and I love it.
Yeah, basically he just shows up to places.
He does.
Andre 3000 is like the Bill Murray of music.
Yes, and without the attitude.
And yes, without the attitude.
But apparently he was playing the flute for moms and their newborns at a pop-up concert in Atlanta. They were at the Grady Memorial Hospital. And look at these beautiful faces. I love it. I love all of the babies and their moms together. And this would be a very, nice little relaxing way. And imagine you telling your friends, like, yeah, Andre 3000 played flute for me when I was born. Like, what do you got?
I think if Andre 3000 came to was playing music for my newborn baby, I would name the baby after an Outkast song.
Yes, Spodio Dopalicious.
Or Miss Jackson. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
Okay.
Miss and it would be all one word. MISSJACKSON. Yeah. Yes. Come here, little Miss Jackson, Licorish.
Don't you talk to me like that, Miss Jackson.
Miss Jackson, go to your room.
Hilarious.
Miss Jackson E. Licorish. Who do you think you are getting B minuses in this house? I wouldn't be that kind of parent.
Yes.
Who just chastise them for the B minus. The B minuses are good.
But were they trying?
What do you mean, were they trying?
Yeah, because some kids get B minuses because that's all they can get, and some kids get B minuses because they're being lazy.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Okay, sounds like you're gonna be the tiger mom.
I'm not a tiger mom. I'm just like work to your potential.
I don't have any tiger sound effects.
I'll have some more.
Yeah, sure.
Speaking of artists that I would not want to be serenading my child postpartum or post delivery, Lil Wayne has dropped the Carter 6.
Yes,
and
the jury is out. People do not like it.
I mean,
he has a song on here that was written by or co-written with Lin-Manuel Miranda.
He's a man of culture.
Peanuts to Elephants. Do you want to hear part of it?
Sure.
What up, though? All my niggas cutthroat. Cut a nigga head off. You looking like you Pumbo. Smoke him like.
No, that's enough.
Okay. The thing about this album, which is I said to you before we started playing it when we were listening to
that
it,
beat sounded terrible.
I thought the beat. I liked the beat.
It's that simple as like ding.
But
ding,
it sounded.
Ding,
I liked
ding,
it.
Ding, ding,
I think that the beats on the album were not the problem for me. It was the main issue was that I did not hear Lil Wayne. Like the different features he has on there were more
entertaining
and resonating with me more than what he was doing, which is sad because like I feel like you as this established artist, like being able to say, Bono, come do a song for me, like come on, let's do this,
which is also not a good song.
It's like that's cool, but also it shouldn't be like these people are doing the work for you. The Wyclef song, which I actually liked, but I liked what Wyclef was saying, and I liked the Wyclef part. When I think about the album,
I like the
only thing that I can remember about what Lil Wayne was saying was when he said something about growing old like Biden or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember what song that was. So
like,
it was not he was not memorable.
Yeah, he everybody knows that he can rap, and he's rapping all over this album, but there's no staying power with it.
Yeah.
Like like nothing is. I would argue that he doesn't know how to construct a song. Like he can rap and do similes and all sorts of metaphors and all this fucking shit and be the most proficient rhymer, but none of it sticks out. It all just sounds like food word soup, word vomit.
I was reading a review on Hip Hop Wired of the song, and so this one part, they do have something nice to say. They say flex up is a gym playlist, must add high energy and nonstop bars.
Sure.
And Island Holiday, however, misses the mark. It sounds like a Maroon 5 leftover. Hearing Wayne say demon time is unsettling.
Also, he says the Carter 6 all over this album.
I think in every song he shouted out that this was the Carter 6. Like, was each song possibly supposed to be the first song on the album and you just kept making more and not taking that out?
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking he recorded some of these songs so long ago that like he then had to add the ad-lib, the Carter 6 in the background just to make it seem like these are recent songs that were made.
Yeah. It wasn't what
like
I was
a hard drive dump this album was.
Like he just put it all together because he needed something to come out. And the thing is, like,
in his cover looks like AI. Like the like, because I understand the Carter series is usually, I think, like they have a baby version of him with all the fucking tattoos all over his face and shit. But
Mhm.
like now this Carter 6 one looks it looks unsettling for some reason. I can't put my finger on it, but like it looks like it's an AI thing.
But remember, like throughout his career, he's always been like hip hop's like rocker, bad boy, and all this stuff. But then whenever he's asked about anything, he has the most like conservative response. He in 2020 he had posted a picture with Trump, and when people asked him if he felt like he was going to be any backlash, he said, "Fuck no, I don't care about no backlash for nothing I do. You know me, man. My mom would have been mad if I ate Smile. That might have been the only backlash I would have worried about." And that he didn't give a fuck about how people felt. Tell him my dick big though, which is like why would that be necessary? And then even before that, remember when they were asking him about like Black Lives Matter, and he said he didn't see racism or he didn't know about racism or whatever.
Yeah, he's been wealthy since he was a fucking child.
Yeah, he has.
So like he's lived a very privileged, closed
but I
off
don't even
kind of
feel
life.
like that is the answer to that, because the thing about it is, even though he may have been wealthy, he was always Black and from Louisiana during those years.
Mhm.
So he saw so much, which is why he always would have these stances of being like, fuck the police, I'm a thug, like nobody's fucking with me and my homies, da da da. But then somebody asks you about, well, what do you think about police murdering unarmed Black people? And it's like, I don't know. I don't see anything about racism. And someone actually took his infamous words and made this very hilarious picture. It's the Carter Lil Wayne 6 album, and it says, after the Ain't No Racism Cause I'm Rich interview, I think the ancestors stripped him of any and all talents. And I agree. I do agree, because the thing is, like, he's always been like a mumble rapper. I said to you when we were listening to it, without him, we wouldn't have gotten a lot of like these alternative Black boy rappers.
Yeah, sure. Without Lil Wayne, we don't get like
Lil Pump and Lil Tecca and
I don't
Juice
know about Lil
WRLD,
Tecca.
I don't know.
I like Lil
Honestly,
Tecca.
I'm telling you, I don't even know a lot of these people. I'm just naming names that I know are in this Lil
Sure.
universe.
Sure.
But also Lil Wayne made it like nobody else was using Lil for anything. Like not
Other than Lil Kim.
Well, yes, but the male rappers were he was Lil Wayne, she was Lil Kim. That was it. Not to say like Lil is a part of like, I think Black culture where it's like, oh, that's little boy or that's little mama, that's little man or whatever. We use that a lot, but he was the only rapper, like male rapper who was coining that.
Yeah.
So to me, with all these other Lils, because I remember when I heard the first person had like this guy coming out as a rapper talking about Lil, and I was like, but Lil Wayne did that, like come up with something creative, but he created a whole genre
without
of
him,
these boys.
we don't get Lil Zane, Lil Wayne, Lil Nas X, Lil.
Oh, I forgot about I forgot
Lil
about Lil
Xan.
Zane. But Lil Zane might have been out the same time. Lil Zane could be
list of Lil
Zane was
rappers.
actually out around the same time as Lil Wayne. So I would say Lil Wayne and Lil Zane were the first, but nobody really thinks about Lil
Durk, Lil Yachty, Lil Peep, Lil Baby.
Wow. When did Boosie
Lil
have
Boosie?
But maybe that was his first name when he came out.
Lil Dicky, Lil Uzi Vert. Is it actually Lil Uzi Vert or is it just Uzi Vert?
Now he goes by Uzi Vert, but he must have come out with Lil Uzi Vert.
Lil Flip, Lil Pump, Lil Jon, Lil TJ, Lil Tecca, Lil Zane. Like I said, Lil Zan. Lil Zan?
Lil Zan. I thought you meant Lil Zane.
No. I did say Lil Zane, but then I also said Lil Zan.
Lil Bow Wow.
Lil B, Lil Bow Wow, Lil Cease, Lil Mosey, and Lil Nas X, like I said, and Lil Keed too, and Lil B.
Who's Lil B?
Lil B, bass god.
Oh, didn't know he went by Lil B.
right? Lil B.
I did not know he went by that. I'm not saying that you're not right. I just didn't know that's what his name was.
Face God, Lil B. There we go. That's right, Lil B.
Looking at him.
He's like one of the first meme rappers.
Yeah, he's our age, so I probably have heard some songs.
Oh yeah, for sure. You definitely have.
I'm a bass god. That song. It has like the.
I think so.
All right.
It's been a minute since I've listened to Lil B.
Lil Wayne, can you step your money up? I'm surprised that Drake wasn't on this album. I don't know what that is.
Have you heard the album? I'm not surprised that Drake wasn't on this album.
Is Drake not on there because he's mad at him for not being mad at Kendrick? Because I'm like, because he did walk back his Kendrick diss or his Kendrick shade after Kendrick.
You mean after Kendrick got the Super Bowl?
Yeah. Well, no. Well, yes, but after Kendrick also said like I thought that he let. Well, no, he said that before the song came out. So yeah, but he did when he confronted him about it. He
when was the last time that Drake and Lil Wayne made a song together?
I don't even know. Couldn't tell you.
I think that Bedrock?
No. What? Because him and Nicki Minaj and Drake haven't done a song in a long time.
Lil Wayne, Drake songs.
Pull it up faster, me.
Right above it. Featuring Drake, She Will featuring Drake, Love Me featuring Drake.
You're just reading off things that you're not looking at a real actual.
I'm trying to find the years for these songs.
This is okay. It looks like they had a song BB King freestyle Lil Wayne featuring Drake. In 2020, and A-Side Family Feud 2017. We have one on 2015. So 2020 might be the last time.
Yeah, sounds like that. And a lot has happened since 2020.
Yeah.
So
not necessarily surprise, but
yeah, I don't know anything.
Think he would want to have him on here? I guess I don't know. Maybe now because of Kendrick and Drake, he's kind of pushing away from him. Or like not wanting folks to remember that he is affiliated with him. But hey, what are you gonna do? I mean, the album, he's wealthy already. Now, one thing I am curious about, maybe people found out about him kicking his girlfriend and her daughter out the house on Mother's Day via text, and maybe that's why. That's
why people are shitting on the album.
Maybe they're like, yeah, I don't really care to listen to it. Who knows? I don't know. That was a shitty thing to do. So
it was a shitty thing to do. I also just think this album is just really bad.
I think the beats are okay. I always said the beats were gonna be good. Like I was like, these beats are gonna be something where if I heard the beat, I'd be like, okay, cool. But the lyrics are saying nothing. They're not interesting. I'm not interested. I'm bored. So
yeah,
it's kind of like, yeah, do something else. All right. Do you want to talk about some sports?
Oh yeah, of course. Sports.
We love sports. We love sports.
Sorry, I'm getting up the sports song.
What now? Where is this sports song from again?
This is a sports corner. No, not Andre 3000. Where? Here we go. Right?
Yes.
Okay. This is our sports corner.
All right. Well, Coco Gauff has won the French Open. Congratulations to her. She posted on her Twitter, wow, this means so much to me, truly. French Open, I worked so hard for this moment, and for it to have happened is insane. Thank you, God, and thank you, everyone. This means the world. I'm still in shock. Honestly, can't find the words, but all I can say for now is just thank you and never give up on your dreams. which is 100% true. Oh, she looks so cute.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah, looks so
She's
cute.
such a sweetie pie. And I found out she is the first American to win the French Open since Serena Williams. And I believe it was 2010 she won it, or maybe 2017. But there was this cute video.
Black girl magic happening up in
course.
here.
All the black girl magic.
Yeah.
And so then we have this video of her being greeted by or cheered on by the ball kids at the Ronald Garros or Ronald whatever it's called. I don't know how to say it. Ronald Garros place that they hit the balls. So it's very cute.
Yeah.
Now there was a little bit of a dust up, but a dust up of words.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. She was facing her opponent, Arina Sabalenka.
Yeah, Sabalenka.
She won, and during the little presser, Sabalenka just was not a very
gracious loser.
Yes. And so this is what she had to say. I think she won the match not because she played incredible, just because I made all of those mistakes. What happened when you lead? What happened when you led 4-1? Do you think Coco got better on the conditions or got tougher? She responded, I think it was more windy. Also, I think I was over emotional today. I didn't handle myself quite well mentally because that's it. I was just making unforced errors. I don't know. I had to check the statistics. I think she won the match not because she played incredible, just because I made all those mistakes. If you look from the outside, from kind of easy balls. And now this is her sad face. Her lips look like she put them into
like she did the duck lip thing with your cup.
Like a cup and just sucked. And now she has a face that looks like that.
They look off. They look like weird Botox lips.
Yes, they do. Now, the thing about it is, I feel like
you lost. Like, there's nothing wrong with losing to a better competitor.
Exactly.
And Coco is extremely talented. Is a generational talent, and it's nothing wrong with going up against a generational talent and coming out the other side of it having lost. It's okay.
But this has happened even when
you just have to be a gracious loser.
It was Serena and Venus, and they would be going against these white women, and the white women would always have something to say about how, oh, well, I didn't win because of this thing and that thing. And like, yeah, it was windy. Shouldn't you know how to play in the wind? That's like saying, oh, it was raining. If you are a professional athlete that plays a sport that is happening indoor, outdoor, whatever, most time tennis is always outdoors unless they change it up. You would have already practiced in very windy days, and very rainy days,
the elements,
and all the elements, because as a person who's playing that sport at such an elite level, you need to know how to do all those things. The same way you don't see a track star coming and running there during their meet and saying, oh, well, it was raining, it was slippery. Okay, and we know how to run in the rain. We do this. And to say you weren't there mentally, Coco said that people were in the stands like booing her, saying nasty stuff to her, like being very, very rude. And they were chanting all these like negative chants that she, it was alleged. This is coming from the internet, so I haven't heard her say it. But she was alleged that she started saying to herself, Coco Gauff. And it's like, that's what you have to do. Unfortunately, sometimes you lose. There's nothing wrong about that. I tell my students all the time, like, look, if we did the science fair, two groups in 7th grade had things in the science fair, both really good. One of the teams won. The other team, like, he was sad, he was emotional about it. And I was like, you did amazing. These people also did amazing. And so this means you just have to come and get something different, maybe more out of the box than they did. Like, but that doesn't mean that you are bad or what you did wasn't good. It just means that there's too many people for everybody to win. And sometimes you don't get that spot.
Yeah.
And it is okay. That is life. And for you to be at this level of winning or this level of talent
and of competition
athleticism and all that, for you to act like I'm going to blame this on the elements and it being fucking windy and my mental state. Her mental state wasn't that great either. Like, sometimes shit happens. Anything could have been going on for either of you that day. Just say, like, this was I love going against another competitor who can match my steez or whatever and move on.
Yeah, she was just being a sore loser.
Yeah, like, what is the point? You look so salty. And there's all the ever since Serena and Venus have came on to the court, we have seen them getting so much hate by fans, by the media, and by their fellow athletes because they cannot believe that they won to these freaking chocolate goddesses. But whatever, fuck you, who cares? Go train harder, maybe put on a wind machine so that you know how to hit a ball in those different elements. And then come back again next year.
You tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. One thing.
Now, there was another sports event or sports entertainment that happened this past week. The WWE Money in the Bank happened in Inglewood, California.
Yeah.
Very highly anticipated. Promos have been happening for this for weeks, months, and all that stuff.
For weeks, I would say, for weeks. Here we go.
And so I watched a portion of it, but I know you watched it.
Yes.
A lot of great matches.
Yeah.
A lot of folks were there.
It was a fun pay-per-view, I would say.
Well, there's one or two.
Your girl
people...
Naomi won the Money in the Bank, women's Money in the Bank. Yeah.
Who was she going against again?
It was Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, not you. Not quite sure how to oh my God. Rhea Ripley, Miss Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Stephanie Vicker, and Julia. It's the ladder match that, you know, where the briefcase is.
Yeah, I thought
there.
Jade was supposed to be in there.
No, Jade did not win her qualifying match.
What about
but
Bianca?
She is going to be in Queen of the Ring tournament.
What about Bianca?
Bianca wasn't in it either.
Oh.
Yeah. But Naomi was.
Well, I'm happy for Naomi.
Yeah.
Well, there were some folks that were not happy to see some special guests there this weekend. Let's take a quick look. And
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
I don't even know what you said that triggered it.
Maybe it might have still been a layover from the previous one.
Maybe.
So let's just see the folks that the WWE fans were just giving a not so great and warm welcome to the Money on the Bank, because, you know, with WWE fans, there's one thing that they know how to do. It's do a positive or negative chant.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Topanga.
Oh, in the background, yeah. No, Topanga is a WWE fan.
Yeah, she is. We've seen.
Yeah,
her.
she's a big fan.
Now,
She's been on WWE stuff and
Travis Barker and Courtney. Is that Courtney? Courtney Kardashian.
Courtney.
I don't know. What
I didn't know that they were together.
Yeah, they've been married now for
I
a while.
do not keep up with who any of these Kardashians
Are you not
dating.
keeping up with the Kardashians?
No, I'm not keeping up with the Kardashians. I've never kept up with the Kardashians. The last time I kept up with the Kardashians it was the divorce to Kanye. That was basically it. That was the last thing. And once that divorce happened, I was like, all right, there's nothing left for me to care about the Kardashians for.
I mean, I would say Chloe out of all of them is the least annoying, and generally, like, I have no issue with her for the most part. And now Travis Barker.
Is Chloe the youngest one?
No, she's the eldest sister.
Oh, Chloe's the eldest.
No, that's Courtney. I'm sorry. Chloe is the youngest. Courtney is the eldest. She's the one that's married to Travis Barker.
Okay, Courtney is the eldest. Okay.
And so now her and Travis Barker have been together for a few years. They got married like 2 or 3 years ago. And Kim accused her of stealing her wedding because she had a similar destination and singer and all that stuff. And she's notorious for not being like super interested in the reality show portion of like what her sisters have got going on.
Okay. I will say this though, like, who cares if people steal ideas for weddings? There's maybe 6 or 7 unique wedding ideas that exist out in the world, just like there's 6 or 7 stories that exist throughout the world, and it's just a variation on how those stories. There's man versus man, man versus nature, man versus God, man versus himself, and 2 others. Like there's no variation. So if people are stealing concept and ideas, wholesale stuff, that's everybody stealing from each other. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with stealing ideas. Ooh, you stole my wedding idea. So the fuck what? That's a compliment to you.
But
your wedding was really nice.
Your wedding was first. So anyone who sees my wedding, if they think it was anything like yours, they're gonna be like, oh, well, this is just like Kim's wedding.
Yeah.
And that should be enough that they're gonna be remembering your wedding, unless the other person did it better. But that's not your fault. I mean, that's not their fault that they executed better than you did.
We were at Danny's bridal shower yesterday, and we were also at Danny's birthday, the birthday in which she revealed that she was engaged.
Yes.
In both of those events, we played a very similar Danny-based get-to-know-you game.
Yeah.
Was she stealing from herself for having that idea? Is it okay that the idea was recycled and done again?
You're asking for
who cares
sense from a nonsensical person.
Yeah, who cares? I'm sorry, that really rubbed me the wrong way. Like the great steal. Everybody steals.
I think that it's like, if I'm thinking about, I can understand in some instances why you'd be annoyed if you felt like your sister or your friend like did a carbon copy of your wedding, because you would hope for it to be unique. But like, coming from Kim Kardashian, who steals everything, you stole your body from a Black woman.
Yeah.
You stole people's men. You steal the spotlight for things that actually matter.
Like you're Kanye's sanity, I would say.
You're a stealer.
Yeah.
So who cares? We don't care. Your sister having her wedding in the same location or like in the same country and having the same like singer or something like that. Okay, who cares? Everybody sees it. They can know it's your sister. Like, tell her that and move along. Like, it's the least thing to be annoyed about. But I am curious why they were booing Travis and Chloe or Courtney, whatever. Which one I say was Courtney.
Courtney, yeah.
I'm
probably because like WWE has enough fucking celebrity endorsements and celebrity people affiliated with WWE. Travis Scott.
Yeah, that was annoying. And you know he's a Kardashian connector.
Yes,
because he has a
baby with
the freaking PDF. No, that's not him. Sorry, that's
wrong
what's
one.
His name.
Yeah, wrong.
What's
one.
the other rapper?
Tiger.
Yeah,
Tiger.
because he was seeing her when she was like 14, 15 years old. And my beef with the Kardashians is none of them made an issue of it and acted like it was no big deal and made Black China look like she was crazy for being upset that her best friend would allow her long-term partner and father of her child to be cavorting with her baby sister and not say anything.
Right.
But shit happens. I think that anytime you're connected to a Kardashian, you are at the risk of getting booed. Because people are like, we don't need any of the Kardashian.
What band is
people.
Travis Barker the drummer for again? Blink 182, right?
182.
I want to say Blink 182.
I think so. It surprised me that they were even together because I was like, how did you all even get into the same like hemisphere? Is the internet working?
Blink 182. There we go. Yeah.
My internet is being very, very slow.
I'm not. My internet's fine. Yeah. See, everything's good on my end. But yeah, WWE fans know how to boo when they do not like something. Oh, did I tell you that? So earlier this week, R-Truth was his contract was not renewed.
I did see that, yeah.
And then at Money in the Bank, apparently they brought him back because he showed up in the main event.
Okay, so what does that mean? Like, are they renewing him or?
Yeah, they re-upped his contract.
Okay, well that's great. Everyone was very upset about it.
Yeah, people were very upset because R-Truth is just like the nicest, funniest guy, and he's a lifer with WWE. Yeah. So like it reeked of like money grabbing, like to not renew a contract or not be able to come to a agreement about a contract.
And it's also, I think, because it's like, the WWE, although it has gotten better over the past few decades about women and people of color, etc., it's like we've seen the history of how they've treated like Black wrestlers, and people are like, why? I have to give a side eye to this because why would you let someone go who's not problematic? He doesn't have any issues with anything, and yet like nothing in the news and all that. Everyone just kind of loves him, and yet you're gonna take him out for who? Like a Logan Paul? You keep him on and pay him a hell bunch of money.
There were a bunch of R-Truth chants on Monday night Raw episode.
As it should have been.
Yeah.
Well, good for him. I'm glad he's back, even though I'm sure he could. I don't know. Maybe if he didn't wrestle, but like, I feel like he's so much older.
He could be.
Like,
he is older.
A commentator.
He could be an ambassador. I don't know about a commentator, but he could definitely be an ambassador.
Just so you're not hurting yourself. I feel like that thing is like I'm always worried about the older ones who are just doing this because he's 53 years old.
Yeah, he's 53 years old. Ron Killings, and he looks the same as when he entered.
Yeah, of course, Black don't crack, but
Black
like
did not
your
crack.
back might hurt, and I'm just looking out for you, and I want you to be safe and not doing this because you have to. Like maybe he could be like a mentor or something. Like who's the guy that's with Kofi who wears the glasses? Prince, I think his name is
Prince. What do you mean, Kofi? Who wears the glasses?
Maybe that's AEW. The black guy who be with the other black guy. He always wears glasses.
Oh,
like the manager.
You mean Prince Dana?
Yeah.
That's AEW, and that's Swerve Strickland.
Well, he could be a Prince. Yeah.
Swerve when I drive.
We're gonna have to pause because my internet is off. Can you restart it? All right.
Okay.
So, I learned something new today. That apparently, for Malcolm X's birthday, happy birthday, Malcolm! Thank you, brother, for what you did. Businesses have shut down for 3 hours to honor his birthday, and Chick-fil-A decided they were going to stay open because they didn't care, I guess, and so. The folks said, no way, Jose, and they shared their feelings about this.
My only question is it agreed upon? Like they said they'll shut down for 3 hours in remembrance of Malcolm X, right?
Yeah.
Is it the same 3 hours? Like, is it like from 8 to?
I mean, you're asking me questions like I'm the one who organized it. I don't know.
Okay,
But at least it's going on for 30 years, so I'm assuming there is some sort of consensus with the businesses that are probably on the street that we do this thing every year for Malcolm X's birthday, and folks comply, and Chick-fil-A decided not to. So this is what happened.
No Chick-fil-A! No more Chick-fil-A! No more Chick-fil-A!
Y'all, we're gonna be here for a minute.
Shut him down!
Everybody protect the chicken shop and protect your own people.
Shut him down! Shut him down! Shut him down! Shut him down!
They are closed on Sundays.
Yeah.
So I'm confused why they were even open.
No more Chick-fil-A! 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 No more Chick-fil-A!
What today? And what we come out here to do? What did we come out here to do? Shut them down! Shut them down! Shut them down! Shut them down!
Wait, that's a really good point. Chick-fil-A is always closed on Sunday. Why were they open? May 18th was a Sunday.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I wonder if in New York, do they keep them open on Sundays?
No, because I work near Chick-fil-A and they're closed. They are closed.
Guess I figured black people like chicken, so we'll stay open.
In Harlem. Wow.
But I think the thing is, like, these are a few of my thoughts. One, folks already know what Chick-fil-A stands by. They don't like black people. They don't like queer folks. They don't like anybody who does anything against their conservative Christian ideals. Now, the younger son who has taken over since his father's death has alleged that, like, all the anti-gay stuff like that, they're not dealing with or whatever, which I don't believe. But it's like we already have reasons not to go to Chick-fil-A and to not give them our money. So those should have been in your head before. But also, like, how many of those folks are going to be going there for some waffle fries?
Yeah, eventually, like, I was thinking that. How many of the protesters there who are protesting Chick-fil-A today will be there the next day trying to get those little chicken nugs? Those little nuggies. Yeah, those
Chick-fil-A sauce.
The Chick-fil-A sauce.
That's a good question.
Chick-fil-A sandwich with the little pickles that for some reason just make the entire sandwich. Am I thinking of the right sandwich?
Yeah, it's just chicken and pickles.
Yeah, the Chick-fil-A has pickles on it, right?
Yeah, it's a delicious sandwich. No, I'm not saying I don't like Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A. It's a delicious tasting thing.
Yeah.
But if you're eating there, the same way if you're eating at McDonald's, if you're going to Starbucks, Burger King, all these places, you know that they have terrible politics. You know all these things. So you shouldn't be surprised or confused when they stand on their beliefs and do what they're going to do. Now,
if anybody stands on business, it's fast food corporations.
And I'm very curious. I mean, I'm sure the people in Harlem did not have necessarily that much of a say of whether or not Chick-fil-A comes in. But I'm curious if they did, what was the response? And if some of those folks felt like they were only bigoted against gay people or queer folks. So they were just like, yeah, doesn't have anything to do with me. And now here we are. You're seeing their true colors. And also, Chick-fil-A is a franchise, so I guess you can make your own franchise rules.
Yeah,
for each one.
And I guess they made the rule to be open on that particular Sunday.
That particular Sunday.
Man, all you had to do was just not be open.
And 1 to 3 is like whatever. People are gonna come back.
Yeah.
After they know what's going on that day, they're gonna come back. Why not? Why wreck your business and potentially like cause folks to even more so sully your name?
I'm still blown away that they were open on a Sunday. Like Chick-fil-A is never open on a Sunday.
You've never been able to get a waffle
So
fry.
why the fuck? It just it's almost as if they were doing it in defiance of Malcolm X's birthday. So weird. That's such a weird thing.
It's actually pretty on brand for a conservative white company to be
just like this coming Sunday is the one Sunday that we're gonna
do
work.
it. We're gonna do what we want. People would have still gone in there and got something to eat.
Yeah, sure.
Even if they know that's what they do, people will still eat. All the tourists that go up there, they'd be there.
Mm-hmm.
Raising Cane's is closed. All right, here we go. Let's go over to Chick-fil-A and get them lemonade.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese. Other than mac and cheese, not good.
Yeah. It's been a bad year for mac and cheese so far. It just had some bad mac and cheese yesterday.
It wasn't bad. It was just.
It call a spade a spade. It's not. It was not good.
Caribbean mac and cheese.
It was not
is different than American mac and cheese.
Ugh, just the most basic noodles.
And
the not done cheese. Anyhow, whatever. That's neither here nor there. Even though I'm still reeling from it.
It looked gooey when we got it.
It looked, and it wasn't.
But it's okay.
Looks can be deceiving.
So that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing I wanted to talk about was ICE being shitty because they've been being shitty consistently since their iteration. But this past week, Cabby Lame or LeMay, he is the influencer who does like he'll be looking at a video and it'll be something like stupid that they're doing and he'll just be looking at like it'll do like one of those hack videos where they're doing all these like complicated stuff and he would just like do the same thing at home but like super simple and he would just be like he's never talked. I don't know if I even know what he sounds like. But he was detained by ICE this past week. Now he has more than 160 million followers, has one of the largest fan bases on TikTok. But he was arrested on June 6th. And they said that he was detained at Harry Reid International Airport in Nevada for immigration violations. They said that he entered the U.S. on April 30th and overstayed his visa. And in the email, ICE wrote LeMay was granted voluntary departure June 6th and has since departed the U.S. And so folks were obviously concerned about him. But hopefully wherever he is, he's okay. He is Italian, and Senegalese by his parents. I believe he was born in Italy, and raised in Italy. So hopefully he's safe wherever he is, and can come back to do his work. Although I probably would never come back to America because
why would you? Why would anybody voluntarily come here?
We're trying to leave.
Like I often wonder how New York, Manhattan at least, can still be filled with tourists. Like, hasn't our brand as America been damaged to the point where nobody should want to come and use our fucking stupid ass subways and our stupid ass M&M store?
Not enough, unfortunately. You know, there's still folks that want to be where we are, and I don't know why. Go home. We don't have anything.
Home is so much more better than this.
And or other places. There's so many other parts of the world that you can visit and enjoy yourself and be able to go home. The other day,
visit the Northern Lights.
I saw.
I mean, that's still America, but
you can go to Iceland.
Yeah, you can go to Iceland to the Northern Lights.
I saw that this Chilean woman who was here visiting with her 12-year-old daughter was arrested randomly by mistake by ICE agents, and I want to say it was in Manhattan. So it's like there's so many stories I've been reading about tourists coming here, whether it's for work or for play. They come here, they're getting arrested. So it's really something where it's just like, stay out of here. My cousins have said they're not coming to the States until Trump is out of office. And that was what they said the first time around. And it's happened. They haven't been here in like 10 years. They used to be here all the time. Like, but they're just not. Because for what? Why would I come here to subject myself to shenanigans? Who would do that? What's the point? Like, there's so many other places I could be spending my euros and my pounds.
Bringing it. What? We gripe it. We're not griping anywhere else. We gripe it. This safe space for us to share. We gripe it. We ain't griping anywhere else. We gripe it.
So what's beating your bell today?
Beating my bell.
You can beat my bell. Beating my bell.
Ding dong.
Euphemism for boxing the clitoris.
Yeah, I don't want. Then that's not what. None of these things are beating my bell. These are. They're not doing that.
Yeah, no. What's making you angry? What's pissing you off?
All right. Well, the National Guard has been called to Los Angeles.
Sure.
Because they have been having some anti-ICE demonstrations and protests. And so today, Trump called on the National Guard soldiers and deployed them to Los Angeles, and the Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth had said he might also send in the U.S. Marines if he thought that was going to be necessary. And a Twitter account, U.S. Northern Command, tweeted out that can confirm that elements of the 79th Infantry Brigade combat team from California National Guard have begun deploying to the Los Angeles area, with some already on the ground. Additional information will be provided as units are identified and deployed. So, like, this is what they are sending out to protesters. Like, I do not think that any state inside the United States that people should be.
I think it's still on that page.
Oops. Thank you. That as American citizens, that we should have this amount of tactical and people resources out on the ground to police us. And these are some of the images I've seen from the protests that have been going on. So the protests have been with the National Guard's there, the LAPD is there, and this was a really cool image of the protesters pushing back against the police. And then earlier today, they had this video came out, which is a big deal. But you see that they have these, like, those green guns.
Yeah.
Those are for shooting, like, tear gas and things out at people. And the fact that these things are being deployed on Americans, just for the fact that they are pushing back against ICE coming in and attacking their communities, is really sick and terrible. And I mentioned, we just talked about the influencer who was arrested by ICE. But this video really like hurt my heart. A teacher went and posted a video talking about how families at graduations in a school near his, some of the parents were leaving the graduations early because they found out that ICE was raiding this elementary school's graduation today, and he was really emotional about it.
I can't handle this, y'all.
Understandably.
This is crazy, yo. I didn't think this was about to affect me like this. But our neighbor school, y'all know I work at a school. Fuck. Our neighboring school, I think it's Gratas, I don't know how to say it. It's Gratas or something like that. They were having their graduation. And there's helicopters in the sky. Most of these schools are, fuck, yo. Most of these schools are predominantly Hispanic. Gratas, I believe elementary, was having their graduation. And all of a sudden, a bunch of parents have to run out because ISIS is there. This is the story that I'm hearing. And, you know, our school goes on lockdown. Our principal, you know, tells us it's a drill, but we know it's not a drill. And, you know, I had to come outside for my break. We got like off of a soft lockdown. And, you know, parents had to run out because they don't have papers. And they had to leave their kids because the kids do. What type of shit is this, yo? And then kids are freaking grabbing teachers and crying on their leg because they don't know if they're about to see their parents when they get home. What the fuck is this? Are we voting for this shit? 15 people just got picked up on Wilshire at the Home Depot on Wilshire. Yo. Man, oh my God. This is not right. This is not right, yo.
My heart goes out to that man and the situation that his it wasn't his school, it was the other school.
It was his like a sister school. But just the community having to do with that. That is such a traumatizing thing to happen. And I remember we were having a meeting and they were talking to us about, you know, what happens,
what to do if ICE shows up.
Were to show up, and it's like they're very clear that if ICE shows up, you know, they can't come onto the school property. Like, we can't give them any information about any students or teachers or parents or whomever that work there. And so when I asked, like, well, what about if we leave school and like some of the kids are on the corner, like, you know, and someone tries to grab them, then what are we supposed to do? And they were like, you can't interfere. You can't try to like bring the kid back or anything like that, because then you can be charged. And it's like a felony charge to interfere with the process or whatever. So really it's just like, as a teacher, you know that especially in areas like ours, where you know that these are largely communities of color, immigrants who are here. And I know there are a good amount of kids, I think, in my school who definitely don't have papers, or their parents don't have papers. So this could be an extremely traumatic situation. And you're getting kind of that secondhand trauma as a teacher, knowing that your students are going through this. And it's like no child should be fearing for their life or their family's life, and whether or not they're going to come home and see their parent again. That just really made me sad. And like, this is one of when you see the pictures and the videos of the protests that are happening, like they came to the ICE and the LAPD, like they came to Compton thinking they were gonna be fucking shit up, and folks said no. Like, this is, the communities are standing together in solidarity. They're coming out and they are saying, we're not allowing this to happen. And of course, every time people are peaceful and protesting just with their voices, the police come in, whomever else comes in, riles things up, and then everything you see is these crazy protesters are violent and they're destroying community property. When it's like, who shot the first gun into the crowd? Who shot tear gas and caused people to scatter, or were scared, or were hurt or harmed, etc. And the way that these police get so emboldened, which I've seen firsthand at protests, they get so emboldened when they're in these type of situations, because they know that everybody is on their side and that nobody is going to be caping for or
all they have to
showing
do is
support for
say
anyone else.
all they have to do is say that they feared for their lives.
Yeah.
And then it just gives them a blank check to be just a miserable bunch of gangs.
Yeah. And I want to say a huge fuck you to Dan Bongino, who's the deputy director of the FBI. He said that we are not stopping or slowing down. We are not intimidated or apprehensive. Illegal immigration operations will continue, and anyone using violence to obstruct or impede these operations will be investigated and persecuted. Multiple arrests have already been made in both LA and New York, and additional investigations are ongoing and producing results. Many of these subjects will face federal charges along with local and state charges. It will not end well for you if you choose violence. Choose wisely. Now, the thing that I have a question for Mr. Bongino, how many people in your family could probably be picked up by immigration, because your name does not sound like your family came over here on the Mayflower?
That's a good point.
Okay,
that's a really good point.
And I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them all. I hate them, and I want them to all fall off the cliff.
Yeah,
and perish, but slowly.
A cab all the way.
But yeah, that's about it. What about you? What are you annoyed at this week?
Oh, I hate day parties. I just want to make that clear from out the gate. Not a fan of them. Not my speed. So, I say this to say I had fun yesterday. We went to a day party. It was fun. It rained. We were drenched. I had to hide in a fucking porta potty that stunk to high heaven. I will say this. The waters that they were giving out was not marked up, but so much. It was like $3. Okay. That's not terrible.
Yeah, for a party. $3 is pretty.
$3 is fine.
Yeah.
I was expecting to pay $5 for a bottle of water, but $3 is sure. Why not? But boy, oh boy, day parties are not a fan of. I'm not a fan of them, and they're not a fan of me. Don't like going to them. Don't like being a part of it. But again, I had fun yesterday, but I was also very, very drunk, and yeah. There you go. So that's having obligations that it required me to be a part of a day party is what's pissing me off this week. You can roll your eyes all you want. It's just not for me. It's not my thing. And finally, I feel like there was one other thing. Oh, yeah. I think that when, I got to say this very carefully, when upper management, I think upper management should stick to upper management things.
Mm-hmm.
Stick to their purview.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on the high level, high functioning things that they need to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it when upper management comes down and roots around in the muck and the gutty works of their direct reports.
Mm-hmm.
It's nerve-wracking, it's frustrating, like it puts people on edge. I'm not gonna get more specific than that. I just think that the boss can do that, and I can understand why the boss can do that. The boss's boss, why are you doing that? I don't understand why the boss's boss would be rooting around in matters that are 2, 3, sometimes 4 levels below them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they want to get answers, that's why they have someone directly under them to get the answers so that they could then deliver the answers back to them. Like, they don't need to go, like, this isn't, what was that stupid reality show, Undercover Boss?
Yeah.
This isn't Undercover Boss. Like, just sit there on high, dealing with the high level functioning fucking duties that
because you remember
to
on Undercover Boss, like even when they were made to do or see whatever the things that their like lowest wage workers were doing, they never really did anything to actually like make their lives, like the lives of those, better. They would pick like that one person, they would do something that they needed or whatever, help pay for a surgery or tuition or whatever the case may be. But every other worker who was still in the same like section was still fucking miserable. So it wasn't like they did anything.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like you're just in here rooting around for shits and giggles, not to make anything better. You're not trying to do anything. It's performative, and we know how I feel about performative behavior.
Yeah, not a fan of it. Not a fan of it. So that's all. That's all. Everything from me.
Ready for the things that make us happy?
Yeah, we have enough time for that.
I'm the baby merchant, tots are us. I give you all the service and no damn fuss. Give the baby merchant just a week or two. I'll have your baby for you.
Shout out to my friend Danny, who had an amazing bridal shower.
She did.
It was so much fun.
We loved it.
Loved it from top to toe. I know your maid of honor Priscilla was the one who handled it, but
They did a great job.
it was your vision.
Yeah.
And they executed it flawlessly. And I enjoyed the pudding that was there.
You did enjoy the
I
pudding.
had like 4 of those bad boys.
You did. They were good.
Yeah. Never got to my cheesecake.
Really? That cheesecake was good.
Yeah, never got to. By the time I came back, it was gone. So I was just like, oh, well, I guess I'll never get this cheesecake. Doing this podcast with you is always fun. And hanging out with Sam. Hadn't got a chance to hang out with him for a little bit. Shout out to the next step of his journey, because he's dipping a toe back into some things, and I am in support of him whichever way he wants to go. So that's everything that's making me happy. And also, my nephew graduated this week.
He did. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
You look so cute and dapper.
Yes, you were very, very dapper, and I was so proud of you. I'm so proud to call you my nephew. So there's that. I remember the third thing that was pissing me off.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna put it this way. I'll put it this way. Don't text me shit that's gonna trigger me, just in general. Like, if you know me and you know how hearing about something is going to upset me, just keep that shit to yourself. Don't even text me that shit. I got a text yesterday while we were at the party, and it frustrated me because there was nothing I could do in the moment. I couldn't even text back. Like, I could text back, but like it was just like I felt very triggered and futile. So it was just a frustrating thing.
Well, that's interesting.
Don't fucking bother me with shit like that if you know that you're not gonna. If you know that it's gonna fucking piss me off. So sorry, but we're talking about the things that made us happy. What made you happy this week?
Getting my hair done.
Yay, look at it. It's all golden brown.
Looks very good. She did a great job, and for a very good price.
Yeah. Nice and coppery.
Also Danny's bridal shower. was great. Both the regular bridal shower and the after party. I was happy to hang out with her, her friends and loved ones that I haven't gotten a chance to meet yet.
Sure.
And of course, getting to hang out with her fiance more is great. He's a really cool dude, and I look forward to getting to know him more. What else? Oh, well, there was this great story that I saw. This 12-year-old boy in Florida saved his family from a burning home. So that's amazing. You see that there was this fire here. And apparently he got his grandmother and his baby siblings out of the house. So shout out to him, because that could have just been a tragedy.
I'm a little bit torn because on the one hand, I do think that he is a hero.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that the photographer took a picture of him in front of his burnt down house.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know.
They could have chosen a different background for that.
Yeah, that's true.
That feels kind of fucked up.
Well, he yelled fire, notified his grandmother, and then he went to we his 1-year-old and 2-year-old baby brothers, and got them all to safety. So we are very, thankful for him. I'm sure his family and his community is thankful for him, because that's an amazing thing to do. I hope that he's getting all the care he needs, because I can't imagine all that smoke inhalation.
Mm-hmm.
Would be good for his lungs. But congratulations to you, Ramir. Being a 12-year-old hero is not an easy feat.
Mm-hmm.
And we appreciate you, and we hope that you have all the amazing things that your heart desires. And then, of course, doing this podcast with you
Mm-hmm.
is always amazing. Getting to spend time with you and all of that, and getting to spend time with our friends like Sam and Danny and Keith. It's always great to be able to spend time with you all. And I am looking forward to this upcoming week, because there's a very important day happening next week that I am looking forward to greatly. And you all should be looking forward to it too, because you'll probably see lots of pictures. Yes, this is my birthday on June 14th. So send me gifts, send me money, send me Beyonce tickets. I'm looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be a great time.
Okay. Is that everything?
That's everything.
And if that's everything, then that's everything. So everybody, thank y'all so much for joining us. Thank y'all so much for being here with us for this episode of the podcast. We are getting close to episode 150. I don't know what, if anything, we're going to do about it.
Well, maybe we'll do, I don't know.
Because that's in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah, so.
If it was next week, I would say we should do like a special birthday episode. But maybe we'll do a shoot the shit. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right. Until then, take it easy. Keep it sleazy. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like to contact the podcast, you can reach us via email at blackandsnerdypodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at Black and Snerdy Podcast, as well as on Twitter at Black and Snerdy. You can find me, Maurice, on all social media under the handle Licorish is Legit. That's LICORISH is legit.
And you can find me on Instagram. It's that's OD THATSOD.E, and on Twitter, THATSOD_E. And don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe to us. Tune in next time to the Black and Snerdy podcast, where nerds of a feather flock together.
Remember,
bye.
Boy.
Not yet.
No, this is keeping it. We're keeping this in. Don't forget to take your meds and your subs and drink water. Bye.
Bye.
I actually want to keep that.